What's up, best friends? Today I have 5 affordable, unreal, cheap designer fragrances, including Versace Dylan Blue, and I'm going to talk about the reformulation 2018 versus this 2017. I have something for back-to-school students, and even if you're a trendy professor, a very highly versatile Johnny Varvatos, Nick Jonas collaboration. I have some Coach fragrances. I have the hidden gem of the day by Frank Olivier, 2005. Can you guess what it could be? Also, I have a Paco Rabanne fragrance coming up now. We're going to start by telling Samuel Roshan, respect to you, thank you for commenting, sharing, and liking all the videos for the past several months. He's the viewer of the day. We're going to start here with Versace Dylan Blue. Now, right off the bat, you can safely blind buy this and it'll be just fine, except we're going to talk about the different formulations that I found, because I have this 2017, I have this 2018 bottle. When I first let people smell it off the streets, a lot of guys, they just go, that's basic, or that doesn't really set you off, because you really have to experience this fragrance right off the bat. You may or may not like it, and a lot of guys don't like it and they even cringe their mouth on it. However, it's a very complimented, highly likable fragrance with citrus, spicy, musk, fruity. It's so easy to like. It does everything you want it to do, and it's highly versatile. You can wear it at night, daytime, party time, club time, or just bumming around time as well. Projection goes really hard for 2 hours, and it goes real hard on the oil, and we're going to talk about that just 1 second. Just in general, the fragrance lasts approximately 8 to 10 hours, and the projection goes pretty good for the first 2 hours. It's bold enough to give you the confidence that you need when you go out on the town, and that's for sure with this fragrance. And I will say the ages are 18 to 49, and 3 fragrances that everyone says this compares to is Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. That was from 2017. This is from 2016. Another fragrance that people compare this to is Dior Sauvage, and for some reason they compare it to Bleu de Chanel, and that's on all the blogs. Everyone talks about the similarities of this. Now, I must apologize for sweating. It's about 100 degrees out here today, but my other location is flooded. Now, to tell you about the reformulation, I had them tested back to back, hand to hand, and this one smells more intense. This one outlasted. We're going to even say that this one lasts double the time that this lasts. So 2017 batch is far better than that. But to the blind nose, for the very first hour of the 27 and 2018, there's almost absolutely no difference, just a hint more intense. Just a hint, but that's for an experienced nose that you will realize. And the real performance issues come in after 4 hours. And here's what I did. I had one on one hand and one on the other. The 2017 on the left, the 2018 on the right. Walked right up to a female that I know very well, and I said, can you smell either of these fragrances on my hand? She goes, they're not bad. And I said, which one do you like better? And she pointed immediately to this and said, I feel like that one's more intense and much stronger and more fragrant. And that's a blind smell test. The 2017 formula beat it out like that. Continuing on 4 more hours, as the hours went by, this one kept going full force, and this one started to fade away. It's not bad, it's still there, except it's just not as good. So that's the difference in the formulas. Why did they reformulate these fragrances? I don't know. Maybe they ran out of the ingredients. Maybe there's IFRA rules and regulations. Nobody really knows. Maybe there's profit issues. The hidden gem of the day is coming right up by Frank Olivier, 2005. And if you're new here, my name is Christian O. Welcome to part 1 of Unreal Affordable Designer Fragrances. Part 2 will come out in 48 hours, and I'm going to get you some real cool titles in that video, including a newer Issey Miyake from 2019 and a real cool guirlande that you can certainly wear throughout the summer. And now for the hidden gem by Frank Olivier. It's called Sun Java Berman, which can be found for $16. By the way, everything on this list is $16 to $40, including that Versace. Longevity was not bad at 5 hours. On the fragrance blogs, they're telling you that it lasts 12 hours. Not the case for my skin, but it's a watermelon vanilla citrus with some spices and some mint to it, and it reminds you of a very famous fragrance right off the bat, and I'm not sure what it is, but it could be something like an Eros or Eros Flame, but it's got that watermelon, vanilla, citrus vibe going on. So watermelon fragrance that I know about is called La Coste Noire. The projection was moderate on this, But the best part of the fragrance is the highest price I found it was for $25 for 3.4 ounces. So this is a very easy to wear blind buy. If you have a small budget of under $20, USA fragrance discounters sell this one, and Amazon is like $24, $25. The next one on the list, there's been a sudden price drop on this, was $88, just released in 2020, probably the spring. It's called Coach Blue Berman. It's lime fragrance with absinthe and black pepper on top of amber and cedar. What does absinthe smell like? It's a fresh green herbal note and with hints of cinnamon in it, so that makes it unique. A lot of debate on this, whether it lasts long or not, but I got 4 hours strong on this and lots of compliments. Plus it's fun to wear and it's more unique than your average blue fragrance. Some people on the blogs are telling me that they're getting 8 and 10 hours from this fragrance. Maybe they are. I only sprayed it 4 times. Maybe I should spray it a lot more. Yep, it just smells so good and fresh. It's one of those fragrances you can just wear like this in the high heat. You can wear it in air conditioning, going to work, going play pool, whatever kind of activity you're gonna do. It's 100% versatile, as with all the fragrances on this list. And here's another fragrance that's really good. It's called Paco Rabanne Invictus. Before, you couldn't touch this for under $60. Now I found you a link down below. It's like 38 bucks, 3.4 ounce. Paco Rabanne Invictus lasts for 8 hours easily. It's nice and sweet though. It's kind of sweet. It's very youthful. I would say age 20 to 35, but if you are a trendy older dude, you'll rock this and you'll do really good, but it might get you in trouble. If you just wait 20 minutes, the delicious aquatic and green notes come into play. So just wait, because at first you smell this and you're like, ooh, it's sweet, but it's really delicious fragrance. It's a trophy bottle because it's a trophy fragrance, but it is a sweeter fragrance. Probably does really good in a September cooler weather, but they do make different Invictuses. This one, however, the price has dropped. As I said, compare this to 1 Million Lucky, and they both have grapefruit and marine notes. To give you an idea, 1 Million Lucky is a very sweet fragrance. They both have jasmine, oak moss, and a patchouli base to it as well, but Invictus is way more aquatic than in Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky. Question of the day is, if you could recommend a fragrance to your friend that's affordable and that's a designer, comment down below so we can get a good list going. Don't forget, 48 hours part 2 to this affordable unreal designer fragrance list continues with such titles as Guerlain, L'Homme Cologne, and lots of other cool ones. You don't want to miss that coming up in 48 hours. Next up, if you're a student going back to school or a professor, but you better be a young trendy professor, because if you're one of those old professors, don't mess with this fragrance. You're just going to get yourself in trouble. It's called John Varvatos Nick Jonas collaboration. It's the crimson one. They did make 3 different colors. They made a silver one, a blue one, and this red one. This was 2018. That was a great year for fragrances, including Azzaro was released back then. 5 of them. They have the wild mint and the amber, all those. This one here is a very cool bottle. When I first felt the bottle, it's nice and heavy. You can hold it from the cap, it doesn't come out, it doesn't click in place. The bottle starts out like a deep, dark red, almost black, coming up to red. The only thing I don't like is this little tag here. I don't know why they put that there. The dispersion is delicious. It just smells awesome. You have Calabrian. They very much specifically picked their notes for this fragrance with Calabrian, bergamot, which is a citrus found in southern Italy. It's got Cuban rum, apple, and a coffee note. Now when you say all these notes, you can definitely smell the citrus in the rum and the apple, and you can only smell the hint of coffee. You don't get that coffee vibe, but it's there to make all the other notes play well together. But you can smell it. You just very faintly pick it out a little bit later on. It also has something called CO2. I don't know what that means, like carbonation to make it more lively. And cedar leaf, saffron, lavender, and leather, like a soft leather, like a suede. And of course it's got some amber in it. It's got a salted musk and vetiver base to it. The age group to this is easily 20 to 55. Like I said, perfect for back to school, perfect for date night. It's so versatile. I could see you wearing this in any event. You know what? I even took it jogging with me. I wanted to test out the fragrance. and it was blasting through 100-degree hot weather, sweating. Had it on my hand, it just still was there. It was a delicious fragrance, and it performs well, and it stays on your skin for a nice strong time. That doesn't fade away when people say 4 to 6 hours. This one is staying on there. I'm not saying it's very long lasting, I'm just saying the quality of the length while it's on there is nice and strong versus some other fragrances that die off. And you can tell that when you test them in hot weather and you're sweating and it's still there. The scent is totally blind buy worthy, not a problem. Ladies love this. It's probably the second next to the Coach fragrance, the highly most complimented fragrance on there. All of these are really the most complimented fragrance, but this is just a newer release. For all year weather, I'm wearing it in this hot 100-degree weather. I'm wearing it in the fall, back to school, hoodie time, shorts time, whatever time. Price tag on this, under 40 bucks. Similar scents to this. If you wanted to buy something cheaper, try Ungaro Masculine. Ungaro has a sweet orange, green apple, and lavender, and patchouli vetiver, but doesn't have that coffee or leather note. It's almost the same thing, minus the coffee, CO2, and leather note. And Ungaro Masculine is probably, I want to say, average price of $20. If you like affordable designer fragrance videos, check this one out coming up very shortly, or this one that YouTube wants you to watch. Check them both out right now. Peace and love, bro.